Greetings, folks. Coin here, or Swirling Vortex, or Steven. You can call me any of those three. And this video is going to be a bit different. Um, to give you the long story short, due to some actions that I've taken over the course of a decade regarding my college education, I'll explain more in the long version. But the short version is I'm most likely going to have to look for work in order to make ends meet. I'm not financially in a great spot, and I'm going to have to start paying some debt back that I've collected over the decade. Um, and that probably means I won't be able to stream. If I do stream, it'll be at hours that are contingent on work, whatever work I find, if I'm even given a stable schedule. And whatever spare time I do have might need to be spent resting from my day job or a nighttime job, whatever I find. I'm not too good for anything. I'll even shovel horse manure if it gets me out of the hole. But the important part is just keeping you guys informed. You guys deserve that. That's to all my subscribers, all my followers on Twitch and YouTube, to my folks on Discord who will be getting a separate version of this video. You guys deserve that information. It's something I've been trying to combat for a month. I haven't really wriggled my way out of it yet. I don't think I'm going to. I think I should just prepare for the worst, like begin preparing for the worst. But if I don't ever stream again, if you never see my face, it was good talking to you. It really was. I've enjoyed the streams that I've managed to participate in over the past, I'd say, I've enjoyed my entire time streaming on Twitch and YouTube, but in particular, since I've returned from my 4-year hiatus, I think I've had the most fun doing things. I just wanted you guys to be aware of that information. I'm going to move on to the long version now, where I explain a lot more. I'll put a timestamp in the video on where you can just safely turn off the video if you don't need to listen. You just want the overall gist. It's in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you for your time listening. If you're listening to the short version, I'm going to move on to the long version where I give a little bit more context. So, moving right along to the long-term context, I've been a college student for a decade, and I'm working toward a degree in cell biology. That's basically the most condensed way I can say it. Some field of cell biology. No one really cares what else it's supposed to be. Only I have to care about that. I've been working at this first at full time when I first actually transferred to a four-year university, and then I've been working at half-time ever since a couple of traumatic incidences have happened that kind of have stopped me from doing things at full time. Nor could I really do this and university. I can't at full load. I'd have to pick one. Perhaps by admission of this video, I probably should have picked the latter, that being university. I mean, it's not like it was a waste of time or anything, but hindsight being 2020, I would have put more focus on that. And I guess for whatever reason, I didn't. I could sit here come up with excuses, but really the heart of it is either my heart or my mind wasn't in the right place, or I was just never going to get anywhere trying to pursue two fields at once. Whatever I'm doing at college and whatever I'm doing here, those things don't mix. And if they do mix, it's because you're already well established in your field first. Like Carl Sagan 42. He's a scientist who does Mario Maker and Mario ROM hack stuff. He's a scientist. He's a biologist. But that That stuff comes first. The stuff he does on YouTube is secondary. He could coexist without that, but we're getting off on a tangent. Like I said, this is a long version. So I think right at around 2022 was where I started to notice that I was getting some warnings for my financial aid, which I should have taken more seriously. I did not. That's probably the honest truth of it. I thought I knew better, and I didn't. And I was on Pell. I had a Pell Grant. I had like subsidized and unsubsidized loans. I had the full gambit of everything that came from the government. No private loans, nothing of the sort. So at least I'm going to get good payback on it, or like a good interest rate. The government isn't going to charge me 800. They might charge me 330 something because of the instances of loans I have, but that's a different story. But I've hit the limit on those things. 600% on Pell, and I've hit the lifetime expectancy of loans. If I want to continue going to college, I'm going to have to earn it. I'm going to have to get a job, build up credit, and then attempt private loans. And that could take me somewhere between 5 and 10 years of perfect payments on my federal loans, and not accruing excess billage or debt of any kind, not taking on more goods, not owning more property than I could reasonably pay for. I don't know what that looks like, but I know that's what the federal, or that's what all the loan creditors are going to look at. I do have a plan for how I'm going to get out of my circumstances, but it's going to take, just like my education plan already, and it's going to take multiple decades to realize. I'll probably be going into debt as high as I can swim in. Got it. I'm not asking for sympathy. I chose this. I deserve everything that's coming to me, and I've set it up this way on purpose, so the only person who's responsible for their debt is me. If you're going to go through life and accrue debt, do it on your own terms. Don't drag down other people with it. Sometimes the circumstances can't be helped, but if you can't help it, don't take on debt that you can't handle yourself. And that means talking to a financial specialist. That means looking at all the paperwork, paying attention to all the paperwork, all the website deadlines, all that fun stuff. I do have scholarships I can apply for. They won't cover... They'll cover what I need them to, but they won't do it in the time I need them to do it. So most likely, I'm going to have to get a job anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I really don't want to take up more time than necessary, even with the long version. Like, the long story coming to its conclusion is the same as the short, which is I'll have to find work. It's likely going to affect my Twitch, YouTube, Discord. It'll affect all of that stuff. I'm going to do my best to minimize it, but when you're working for bottom-of-the-barrel jobs, or you're working any job, you're not guaranteed your hours. If you're in a right-to-hire, right-to-fire state, you're at the mercy of your employer. They may be at the mercy of the employee market in terms of picking out skilled workers, but once you're at a job, that dichotomy is quickly flipped backwards, and you are suddenly at the mercy of your boss, which is the natural order of things. There's no fighting that. For that to happen, for that to change, the world itself would have to change, and money would essentially have to leave the equation. Unless that happens, I know what I got into. I know what I signed up for. I'm not looking for pity. I appreciate sympathy, but I don't need it either. Um, I just need your understanding. That's really it. But I appreciate any goodwill, good gestures, good emotions you want to send my way, any prayers, any thoughts, any concerns. I appreciate all of that. I'm just trying to make clear that um, I intend to resolve this matter on my own. I hope I don't have to take a path of darkness and misery to clear out the debt, to get back to finishing my degree, at least my BA. Um, and I'll do whatever it takes to do that. You guys don't need to concern yourselves with that. But I just wanted to make it clear that this is what's happening. It isn't something that happened overnight. This is something that's taken 10 years of my life to, or actually 12 years of my life to really kind of elapse before my own eyes. So, and I saw it in slow motion and chose to do nothing. So I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just asking for your understanding. Thank you guys for listening to the video, short or long. I really appreciate it. I'm going to make content right up until the point where I can't, and I'll put down a separate video of when that's going to happen. Don't worry. As soon as I know when that's going on, you'll get the same information I have. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe out there. My name is Coin, or Swirling Vortex, or Steven, and I guess this has been the biggest update video I've ever had to make my entire life. And with that, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.